What's going on, guys? Welcome to Wired Wednesdays. I'm going to
Wired Wednesdays.
try to make sure the background music isn't too loud. I am out of town this Wednesday, so I'm hosting, but I'm using my laptop, so I wanted to make sure everything was good.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
welcome, guys. We're doing a little bit earlier today. Dave and I spoke a little earlier. He was up at a slightly reasonable time this morning, so
Yeah.
yeah. And I had a long
Uh,
day yesterday with everything. I'm up in a city called St. Augustine in Florida. So uh, up here with my fiance and two dogs, and we have been kind of enjoying the town. So yeah, Chuck Danger A7. When are you never out of town? I know that's what's crazy. I do so much traveling. I'm like always in Kansas or Melbourne. It seems always getting sick, always getting a respiratory problem. And then when I get back to town, it's like, oh, we should go on a trip. So that's what we do. So
well, there's a
uh,
lot of history in St. Augustine. A
yeah,
lot of history.
yeah, there is. We did a wax museum tour today, which was very weird, um, very uncomfortable. I didn't think about that before going in. Have you ever been to one of those, Dave?
Uh, maybe at the Ripley. Is it like a little one at like Ripley's or something like that in South
Yeah,
Carolina? Maybe
yeah,
it wasn't large scale or anything like that.
yeah. This
It-
was like a. They said they had 300 in there. They had everything. They had like all the presidents, like Trump. They had Obama. They had Nixon, Reagan. Like it's kind of cool because you can see like the heights of people, but no one was there except for me and my fiance's name is Caroline. Besides me and Caroline, no one was there. So you're just in this room with like these wax figures that are like, and they use like prosthetics, like their eyes and stuff. So like you're just at least I'm always like
It's
waiting
weird.
for one.
You're weird
Like
out.
yeah, it weirds me out.
Okay.
We got the Mining King with the $20 super chat. Merry Christmas, boys. Watch out for that Panda 19. It's deadly. I know. I've gotten it. I've got the COVID 19, the COVID 20, 21, 22.
Everything,
Oh,
Mike. Jesus, right. You
oh,
need to get better. We're gonna
yeah,
be traveling.
I know. We are going to be traveling, Dave. You want to tell everyone where we're going to be venturing off to next?
Vegas for
Ooh,
CES.
yeah. Who's going to be hosting on that one? Did we even look?
I think I am.
Oh, you look, Dave. Okay.
Yeah, bring your laptop because we use your laptop.
Yeah.
We know my laptop doesn't work, and I'm too cheap to buy one right now, so
Yep.
expensive.
Yep. But Terra is going to Vegas, and Dave is coming along with us. We are partnered with the Veteran Miner, obviously, same
Hell yeah!
and everything. So, Mining King is in the chat here. Toxic Miner, hey, what's up? Thanks for streaming at a reasonable time. See, sometimes we're like, we should do it earlier, and then sometimes later. I kind of like the earlier ones, but we are only going to go for an hour tonight, probably
Yeah,
around 7:30. I'm going to head out after that, and Dave, like he's had a long day too, so.
yeah.
But
I've been up since 4, so I'm beat.
yeah,
I'm really beat. But
but yeah, Mining King is going to get his epic signed by Lisa Sue. I'm gonna,
that'd be really cool.
yeah, that'd be so sick. I'm gonna really push for that. So if I see Lisa Sue, I'm just gonna start yelling. No, I'm not gonna embarrass myself, but it is gonna be fun. I think a lot of the things are at the Aria, and a lot of it's AI based. Obviously, that's like the craze right now. So it'll be nice going. Like Terra, we offer. We'll talk a little bit today about like Terra's current position on where we are, not current position, but our current build out for our phase 1 of baseline compute, which Dave is involved with, which is super exciting. And then, so we're going to be talking a lot with people at CES there. And a lot of these AI guys are also, they need like custom stuff, right? And that's really like up Dave's alley. So Dave's going to be out there repping TVM.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be a good time. So, yeah, we're excited. But I guess we'll jump into that, Dave, because I got your photo up here too. I can share.
Yeah, let's get into that really quick, and then we'll talk about the giveaway, right? That we're going to be doing together.
Oh, yeah.
GPURisers with TVM once again on a giveaway. Yeah, so you could see there, guys.
Oops.
That would be. It's such a sick color.
Yeah,
that's the carbon fiber look too, as a stripe as well, and then you can see the other colors. They're all the same, so they complement So the like that turquoise look is going to complement. It's the same exact color that's in like the Miami Vice look colors
Yeah.
right there, guys. So and then Mike, you could talk about the blue there that's going to be branded.
Yes.
What you guys are doing. So talk about that.
So we have we have some machines that we're building out, and we're actually. I'll just cover that real quick.
Mhm.
Terra, we have our order in already. Our phase one for baseline compute, we decided to go with 4090s. We ordered a total of 50 of them. We are going to be building 9 5-card 4090 Epic servers. I'm working very close with Jarrett on that, the Mining Kiing. So we have some high-end epics, maybe even some that might be signed by Lisa Su. But those are going to be our phase one for baseline compute. And then, of course, we needed high-quality cables. A lot of the cables that come with these PSUs are not meant for 450 watts or the option of going up to 600, right?
Right.
So that's where Dave stepped in, because I use Dave for, obviously all of my builds. I have 9 total 2-card 4090 rigs now, and those are all TVM cables. And the Epics also can use up to like 255 watts. So cables
So
can
I
always
make the CPU cable as well. So
yes,
the white
CPU,
with the white that you guys see there, the white with the carbon fiber look stripe, that is going to be for CPUs, I think, right? That would be designated for the CPU cables. I think that's what we discussed.
Is that in this photo? Oh yeah, it's down here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
everything's all pre-cut, so I have to take it by hand, and cut every single one by length. So
Yeah.
that was the first process, and then this is like partial process that we have it sleeved. We have the heat shrink on there, and then we have to pin it on the other side. There's 80 cables right there that you see right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a ton.
Yeah, it's a ton of work.
What are the odds you have
it just
color
looks
too? Like,
Huh?
what are the odds you
Yeah,
have this like color combo?
Well, this was when I went upstate and I purchased that company that was going out of business. You could see like there's a couple like random colors on the right hand side of that, like, the rolling cart right there. You have like yellow with carbon look. You have a different type of pink. So I have options, right? I would have never had this option. We would have had to special order it, and it would have been so much money to special order something like this. And it's just I happen to have it. So that's what's really, really great, what I'm able to offer right now.
Yeah.
And I think that I might be doing a little bit more individually sleeving cables. Now, the KSO cables, they're just, everyone's ordering them. And I appreciate that, guys. Really do. The KS0 cables are just going, and they're individually sleeved right now. And I think I might start doing a little bit more individually sleeving for, PC builds. So that's what I'm going to get into as well. But we have to wind down. This is a lot of work right here. I have orders every single day that I'm fulfilling as well for the customers. So surely but slowly, everything's working. Everything's looking up. So it's gonna be awesome when you guys see this whole build together. So
yeah, it's gonna be sick.
So the flux core, those blue cables, they're gonna be all branded with Flux, like I did when I worked with Flux. I'm always working with Flux. Actually, I might be doing some cables for Flux, for CES, because they're gonna be at CES. So
nice.
I have to talk to Davey and stuff like that. So see what's going on with that.
Yeah. We are going to have the two rigs that are dedicated to Flux core. It's going to be blue, the Flux blue, the VGA cables to the CPU cables and Dave is also a big thing, is these dual PSU cables that Dave is doing as well. So literally all the cabling on our rigs, our AI machines, are going to be TVM cables, which is super exciting, because again, cables can always be the weak point, right? We actually had an iPolo the other week, I want to say last week or two, and it failed, right? We didn't know what happened with it. So when we got to the facility, we saw, and it again, there's like yellow and black wires that are like super thin. They burned up the PCB board and everything like that. And
no shit.
Yeah, when it's an iPolo or even a mining rig or whatever, it's like you don't want that to happen, right? But with the AI stuff, especially as a data center, like our uptime is everything. So you know what I mean. So if that's the internet or backup, backup internet or backup electric or points of failure like cables and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so we are starting with 50, 40, 90s. We're only doing 9 machines, so we're gonna have 5 more. I don't even know exactly what we're doing with them, but hereby service said 50, 40, 90s. Try to get it at a bulk price. Yes, we are actually working with PNY, which is exciting because they're going to be at CES as well. So we have been working direct with PNY on this to source our cards and also kind of get a better understanding of market conditions, right? Like, I've been having talks with them at least, I want to say probably about once a week. And it's interesting with, how they're positioning themselves with, the situation in Taiwan and everything like that. And it's kind of like we're somewhere on that supply chain, right? Like we're the consumers for PNY. So we kind of have to know where PNY is headed with it. If they're, tell us one day, hey, in 2 months, we're going to stop getting orders for these. You need to put an order in now. We need to have that conversation. You know what I mean? It's important to, but it's also important to go with, or not go with, but it's important to see where the market is going, right? Like PNY also works with many other data centers, many other, baseline or not baseline, but many other compute companies that have their baseline compute that they have offered for rent. Because it's not just VAST, right? Like the route that we're going. Like VAST is great; it's an open marketplace, but there's tons of other marketplaces that we're going to be going to, and also private clients and things of that nature. So, talking with them is interesting. It's especially where their head is with everything, and learning a lot of different things. Clustering GPUs together. Because the big thing I was kind of didn't understand was the VRAM requirements, right? Like you look at all these, what's this called, Hugging Face? I think like these LLMs, all these different language models that people are doing. You need certain VRAM to train them. You need certain VRAM to run them. So you kind of want to, 4090s are good because it's 24 gigs of VRAM, but there's a lot that you need like 48 gigs for, or you need to jump up to 80, like the A100s, H100s. So what we found out is the A100 has like 2 variants. We knew this, like the 40 and the 80 gig, but what we didn't know is it's going to be end of life in about 3 months. So, we're kind of looking at that too, right? Like, okay, if they're going into life, and there's no replacement for them. So, and no replacement for them in the sense there's no replacement that's an 80 gig card other than an H100. And it's trying to figure out what we're doing, right? Because this is phase 1. And phase 1 has been planned for, I don't want to say a long time, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on in Terra, behind the scenes and stuff like that that we don't talk about on the streams and everything. But this phase 1 has like the A to Z with this has been planned for a while. Now it's coming to fruition. We should be online hopefully by the end of January, but it will likely be either the first or second week of February. It takes time to source all of this stuff. As you can see, what's on the screen right now, we literally have custom cables being made for this by Dave.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into it, and that's also another thing Ghosty here said. Are you going to be building using 4.0 ribbon X60 ribbon cable? Yes. The boards that we're using are very similar to the ones that actually they are the exact same boards. So the ones that I use in my rigs, it's the H12S LLI Super Micros, and with a single epic, I think you can get 6 GPUs on a single epic, but the board is limited to 5. And if you want to go above that, then you need to get dual epics, and then you need to do a whole different power supply setup. So
you're doing dual epics though, right? Or are you doing single epic?
Single epic? Yeah,
single epic, and you do 5 card rigs, right?
Yes. So it's a single epic, but it's
it's crazy. It's a monster.
Yeah, like King said here, 3rd gen epics, and we'll go with big PP server builds. These epics are the board might be the same that I have, but the epics that are going into them are not. These are high end epics, and we're gonna each rig is gonna have 512 RAM, 512 gigabytes of RAM, and everything like that. So it's
make sure you get the torque wrench. You're gonna need a couple of torque wrenches just to make sure that those epics are sealed.
Yeah, But the problem with a lot of this is a lot of people have been talking about like Octominer and what's going on with them, and no one really knows what's going on with them. But you can't fit 4090s in regular server cases, right? Like if you were to get a server case from Supermicro or like one of these AI ones from Gigabyte or Asus or whatever it may be, you can't fit 4090s in it, and the reason is they're just too big, right? NVIDIA made them larger on purpose so that you can't fit them in traditional cases, so they don't compete with their compute line. So what we're going to be doing is going open air, which luckily we know a company that we're partnered with, GPURisers, that have these giant frames, these huge giant Omega frames that they call them, which was a really good name. But we're going to be building them on those.
Love it.
And we're going to be using Dave's cables. We're going to be using dual 1600 watt EVGA power supplies.
The cable.
Mm-hmm.
The 24-pin cable.
What about
that's the first 24-pin cable that I don't even have on the market yet. You guys are going to have the first 24-pin, the dual 24-pin cable.
I didn't know it was the first one on the market, really?
Yeah, I've never sold it because I haven't had time to make it, to be honest with you. Now I have to make it. So I'm making the 24-pin that's going to adapt to the dual power supply unit the right way, that if a power supply turns off, the other power supply will turn off with it. So will not cause any problems at all. The board's not going to stay powered up. Half of the, GPUs are going to be, powered up. It's going to be in sync. So you guys will see that too. I'm not going to start those to the end because that's like 50 pins by itself. Yeah. Just doing, it's 224 pins, then plus 2 to link it over to then that's going to be 16 gauge too, to make sure that we have no issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be exciting. And I think there's some CPU to VGA in there, right? I don't remember.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. To make sure that we can utilize both power supplies to its fullest, we're making CPU to PCIe as well. We're converting two CPUs to PCIe, I think. Yeah. That's what we're doing, right? And then we're utilizing the other 4 to do the other 2. It's just one. It's two.
Yeah, I think we have to talk about that a little later too. I don't know. I might have forgot to bring it up, but it's. I know it's just the pinout difference, like the actual cap on it, but it's because the EVGA power supplies each have 9 VGA 8-pin VGA ports and then 2 CPU ports. So the first power supply is going to use both of the CPU ports to power the EPYC because there's 2 8-pins for that CPU.
Right.
And then on the second GPU, we're going to utilize those 2 CPU ports on that power supply and convert it over to VGA to have more availability. So
yes, and you don't have to worry about, we'll make it right that basically, the power load is gonna be good, right? But you never have to worry about if something shuts off or anything like that. Yeah. If one power supply shuts off, the other one shuts off. It's that simple. So
all right, Powell, here we go. What is the giveaway prizes? I like it. Getting to the point. Here, let's get over to it. Sorry, let me switch this over. Why am I here? Let me log out of my website real quick. Give me 1 second. Dave, if you want to maybe talk about what we're going to be giving away. And then
okay, so we are going to be giving away, GPURisers is going to be giving away a brand new R8. And I am going to be making 8 cables, 6-pin to 8-pin, 16 gauge to go in the R8. So the high power cards that you're going to be using, you're going to have TVM cables to go with the R8 as well. It's like a $200 and something value or something like that, just for the the 8 cables, and that's what we're going to be doing together. It's just 'tis the season, right? Happy holidays. Christmas is coming if you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, everything else. So that's what we're going to be doing. But Mike, you were telling me that we have to get it, like, we might do a video or something.
Yeah, we'll probably do like we'll share it on Twitter and then we'll do it a video. We'll explain it more next Wednesday, but it's going to go until on January. What was it? Whatever's right after New Year's, January 4th. Is that what it is? How do I put my
I
calendar
think
on?
you're hosting, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're hosting. I'm hosting at CES.
Yeah. Okay. So January 3rd is when we're going to announce the winners for it, but we're going to announce. I just put my calendar away. Okay. So on before next Wired Wednesdays, you'll see something on Twitter and stuff like that that gets shared around. But it's not like one of those super complicated things, right? It's you follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, and then you have to be present during the live on that day.
Right.
So we'll release a video. It'll probably be on one of our channels just so that we have control over it. But it'll be or short or maybe something like that. But you're gonna have to go to that video during the live stream, comment on it, and then we're gonna pick it out. This is open to anyone in the U.S. and Canada.
Whole
So
Crypto is saying the Gleam link. Maybe we could do that too. Try to do. I don't know.
yeah,
We're really really busy right now, so trying to get all the extras. If we have the time, we'll try to make it happen.
yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, custom cables. So which is cool. Which Dave, are you going to be doing the sleeving and stuff on those as well?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because it's a 6-pin to 8-pin.
Mm.
That I have to jump over. I'm not 100% because they're gonna get hot, right? And putting the sleeving in like something that's just blowing air and stuff like that. You know how I
Yeah.
did the custom cables for the Flux server, right?
Yeah.
The Octominer server. So I'm not 100% sure, but definitely doing the 8 cables.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be 6-pin to 8-pin. I could do 6-pin to dual 8-pin, like the Octominer, like how they make them, but I would rather just do single 6-pin to 8-pin, so that's dedicated. Let's just say you're doing a 3090 or something like that, or a 4090, 40 series. You want dedicated things. You're already doubling up. Just a little bit of understanding here. You're doubling up already a 6-pin to an 8-pin. Then you want to double up a 6-pin to a dual 8-pin. I don't know. Not so much.
Yeah.
It'll work. You know what I mean? I'm saying it will work, but how hot it's all the ambient temperature and anything could happen. So I'm eliminating that possibility. I'm making to your favor by making the cables this way. Not that I don't want to make it any other ways. Just that I'm eliminating. You can do it. I've personally made Octominer cables for customers with a 6-pin to dual 8-pin. I made them. It's 16 gauge wire. It's meant for it, man. But we'll go from there, and then
Yeah, maybe we'll do a Gleam link or something. That's the thing is, we'll be honest, we have to look into it, but we also don't want one of those things where
it's a hassle.
I'm not going to call out any company in particular, but there's some that are like, oh, if you subscribe or you follow on Twitter, you get 1 entry or 2 entries, but if you buy this product, you get like 50. You know what I mean? Like that's not what this is meant to be. So you don't have to buy anything. It's not going to get you any kind of more entries or anything like that.
Yeah, this is the giveaway that we're offering.
Yeah,
if you want to buy something, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to buy. But this is how Mike and I will always do our giveaways. It's not like, if you get extra 10, 20, 30, like, no, that's not, And what are you doing this, Mike? Because I'm probably going to send the cables to you and you just open the Octominer up and just like ship it out. Is it USA and Canada or what are you doing?
Yeah, USA and Canada.
Okay.
So how it is with Optiminers right now, 9 out of 10, or with the R8s, I want to say, 9 out of 10 times you will now get the power supplies shipped separately in a separate box. We don't ship the power supplies with them anymore. There's a couple of different reasons, but a big reason is one side is a lot heavier than the other side, which can cause denting and stuff like that. So when the whole box is the same size, if a UPS driver flips it or whatever it may be, it'll be an even distribution. It won't just be like one corner that falls faster and dents it. And also we are sourcing our power supplies and we have to test them as they come in and everything like that. So I don't want to, I could do it, but I don't want to like rip open a new R8, put new power supplies in there, the used power, the refurbished ones that we're doing in there, and then you guys get it in and it looks like a used unit or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I kind of want to just leave everything and like that. So we're doing it separately. But DJ Mines, do you pay for shipping twice? Yes. It is costing us a little more to do it this way. But if you were to like average out the like damage from units that had power supplies, I'd probably say it like pays for itself. Because what we do is kind of a lot like Octominer, where of course these are X8 Ultras, they're white labeled. We partnered with Octominer on them, but if someone gets a dented unit and it still works fine, like what's the remedy for that from a business standpoint, right? What we normally do, if it is a bad dent, if it's like barely noticeable, we'll try to work with them on it. But we've had a couple of units that are like heavily dented and people have to like bend it back, literally bend the sheet metal back. We offer just like a good amount off the unit as a refund, like a partial refund. So but Ghosty, weight distribution when shipping is a huge deal. Yes, it is. Definitely is. It's such a pain though doing these separately, these power supplies. But yeah, that's what we kind of decided to do. Let's see. Just wrap them up and ship inside the unit, tape them upside down. We still would have to open it, right? Like we still would have to take out the packaging and everything. You would, every R8 that someone got would look repackaged. You know what I mean? And it's like, which we could tell everyone, hey, we're just repackaging this, we're redoing it. But if I was a customer, I would probably not want that. You know what I mean? Like I want like a new unit. Yeah, I don't want a unit that's like I'm being told that, trust me, bro, it's new. You know what I mean? Like I want a new unit. So
trust me, bro.
Trust me, right? It's completely new. Yeah. But put your sticker on it and sign it, all for autograph. That'd be, yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
They're really cool.
And
so it's exciting. It's exciting. Yeah. This is the giveaway, and just make sure you're on a live stream, and you have a chance to win.
Yeah.
And
like I said, you're gonna have to follow us on Twitter, and you're gonna have to follow us on YouTube. Not sure how to verify that.
Follow us. We'll figure it out.
And that's just like, I don't monetize anything really. I don't even think I do. I don't really use YouTube. I don't have or use it to make money and stuff like that. Just like engaging with you guys on it. But so we're not trying to get like more followers from this. We're just trying to make sure whoever wins it doesn't have like what King said, like 25 accounts and stuff like that. So
listen, getting more subs doesn't help, man. I don't mind getting more subs.
It doesn't hurt, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's Mike is saying that the Gleam link confirms all that. All right, let's go with Gleam then. We're gonna look into that.
Okay.
So we'll put stuff in there. You got to follow this, follow that, and then I guess Gleam also like picks the winner, right? Which is kind of cool. So Dave and I will look into that. Yeah,
just
you
add it to our list.
Didn't Jared say this?
What?
Okay, I'll just put his thing up there. There you go. There you go, King.
I could use 25 accounts. Yeah, I'm getting close to 3K, man. It's exciting.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like
the shorts and everything like that.
20. Yeah, I haven't done. I've been working so hard, so I'll probably do a short tomorrow. I was supposed to do one today.
Yeah.
Didn't get a chance to. But yeah. So look at that.
I bring it everywhere to do vlogs. Actually, I have like 4 vlogs on here.
Really?
Yeah, they're not uploaded though. I never edited them, never uploaded them.
Just
some of them
uploaded just like that, Mike. You get to go.
I might just do it, yeah. Because there's so many times where like you're filming and you're just like, you'll be talking and then like I'll talk to myself too. I'll be like, what the fuck am I saying? You know what I mean? And then I'll just wait 2 seconds because when you're editing, you want like to look at the audio. So you're like, okay, there's a pause there. I know to cut. You know what I mean? But I should just upload it just like it is, like just in all of its glory. Just listen to me rant for forever. but
I'll probably do a short and then my video. I'll do a video about this. I'll probably just bring like all the information and all the pictures that you have. I'll talk about it. And then basically I'll probably show my cables since I don't have an R8, unfortunately. But I know a guy, so one day I might have one.
Yeah. And then we'll put your cables back up here so people know what the kind of what you're up to.
There's a lot going on. It's going to be good stuff.
Yeah.
So
We just have to figure it out. We'll figure out the Gleam thing. That's me. That's a me and Dave problem. So
yeah,
that's
we'll
good.
figure it out for you guys.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do something like that. And
So
yeah.
I want to say, and let me bring this up. This is for a customer. I have a new color coming out for the KS0 wire. So let me present this, right? Let me see here. Present. I guess share the screen, and it's gonna be, I don't even know what image. What is this called? 5251. All right, I'm gonna share this image. All right, I have it really big right now. So this is the new lime green. So that's going to be available on the website soon. Now, if you guys are, and that's the male connector. So male is going to be considered an extension cable. It's a male connector is an extension cable, just as a FYI, guys. Anyway, this is for a customer because they were doing a special order. And yeah, so this is the green, chump change green, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be available if you're ordering a KS0, and you could put it in the notes. If you put it in the notes that you want the, lime green, I can make it, okay? It's just that it just won't, I just don't have, I have to put it in the system. And then this is a new cable. Let me see if I can share this one now.
Hereby service is saying braided KSO.
Yeah, so they're braided cables. So the KS0 cables are braided, individually sleeved. So stop that. I'm going to give you another one now.
What's up, Second TL? How you doing, man?
So this is a crazy, same customer. This is a crazy build here. So let me share this.
Recent one, dude?
Huh?
Is this a recent?
Yeah, this was a recent order last night. We went over everything, and it's a prototype. But there's a little step up that's actually going to be a step down, so it doesn't cause too much heat dissipation. So this is really cool. Yeah. So check this out. This is nuts, man. So the other side is going to be a female end, right? That you're going to plug it in. So they're going to use the factory KS0 Pro plug, the laptop adapter. But what they wanted is the step down, because it's going to be 19.11 volts. These two leads right here that you can see right here. Here, hold on one second.
I was having this too big.
The positive and negative leads right there. That's going to go to two fans. Pretty sick. This is so they gave me a little diagram, and I just made it happen. And then obviously the other end, that's going to go to the KS0 Pro. So I have to get that situated, but this is so that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm working on as well, doing the cables and doing the, deliveries. Now, I'll show you. I don't know if I have another picture. Hold on one second. That. Oh, okay, yeah. Here, let me show you this one, and then we can resume. It was 5250. Hold on one second. Here we go. So this is the other end. That's where it's going to go on the female end. So basically, you could put, the laptop adapter in here. So these are two powers and two grounds. You're going to heat shrink that over the adapter. So yeah, that's it, man. So I just wanted to tell you guys, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. And what's crazy is that if you have an idea and if it makes sense, I can make it happen.
Yeah.
I can make anything custom. We went back and forth, and I spent most of the day trying to get everything situated, and
yeah,
that's all. So I just wanted to share.
I don't know if you saw the comment there, Dave, but I like the idea too. Hereby Service just said looks great. Maybe you could 3D print a box with a step down.
Yeah. So right now, because there's not much heat dissipation, because I have one used right now doing that conversion for the 5810 and the 7810 Dell Precision. We actually have it stepped up from 5 volts to 12 volts, but the current draw is very, very small. So it's the amount the current draw. Yeah, I made a box already for it,
Okay.
But it needs to get fixed a little bit better. But you could put heat. I have heat shrink that goes over it, and then
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
yeah, the heat shrink can go over as long as you know that it's not too much heat. So I do a nice heat shrink and everything else. I thought I had a picture of it. Hold on. I thought I took a picture of the top of it. Maybe not with the heat shrink on there because I still have to try to dial it in. No. Yeah, so yeah, a little 3D box because I have the 3D printer right there. So
Yeah.
that's getting dialed in too. So that's pretty good. Just had not enough time right now. I have a big order, as you know, Mike.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. We're also gonna try to do content while we're doing this, right? This build. Hopefully I can make it over there. That would be really, really cool. To Terra.
Oh, when we're doing the phase 1 deployment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's what the game plan is. We'll see.
Yeah. I guess my plan is first week of January I'm gonna be going up there and getting all like the Omega frames ready, and it's gonna look kind of cool in there actually. Like I don't think there's ever been that many Omega frames in one area that is.
And they're massive though. They're not small, man.
They're huge.
They're huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
I have one that, and
yeah,
it takes like the whole rack.
Yeah, it's massive. Well, I guess 2 can fit on each rack, and we're redoing the electrical in Melbourne as well. That's a whole nother project that's going to be a lot of fun. But we're going to have the power on the ceiling from Unistrut coming down, and we're going to be plugging it in like a traditional data center. And then we're going to have the low voltage, cat cables and everything under the false floor. So those are going to be separated out. But we, since we're still open air, we actually have to keep these things on racks, right? So the layout will look similar to it. But yeah, I think we're going to have 9 Omega frames, so 90 of these white. We're going to use like the white fans and stuff like that too. So it's going to look
it's going to be bright.
It's going to look cool. Yeah, it's going to look real cool in there.
I have your fans on the mix rig that I'm doing Carlson on right now.
Oh yeah,
and my garage is like lit up just with those fans on there right now. It's just one rig. So I can imagine when you put all those rigs in there.
Yeah, I had them in my warehouse, the GPURisers bunker for a long time.
Yeah,
I had the mining rigs on before they were in R8s. I made the deal with Octominer for those. I had them all in open air frames, so one whole wall was just like, they weren't all Omega frames, but it was like a lot of that. You know what I mean? So at night it'll look cool. Not at night, but because there's no windows in there anyways. But when the lights are off, it's gonna look real cool. So excited for that. But yeah, you should come out for that. But you're gonna be doing a lot of traveling. So
yeah, it's a lot going on in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it's exciting what we're doing and how we're moving forward. So
yeah,
I appreciate it. It's good.
Yeah, with the crypto markets and everything, it's. I know someone actually mentioned prior about what Flux Core, I think. So updates with Flux Core and stuff. I did see an update today on Twitter. Not really a big update, but they do have dark mode, I think. So that's exciting.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I've been talking to a couple people about Flux Core. Mining Kiing is definitely the guy to go to for that. He's like,
yeah, ask him for anything. He'll give you all the answers.
I'll put his phone number here in the chat.
Right here. Yeah, hold on. We'll do it right
now. Whenever you need tech support for anything, but he he's doing a lot of cool testing with Flux Core and stuff like that. So I'm by no means an expert with it, but I have been watching a lot of the videos with it and stuff. I've not personally installed it yet. Before I left town, I was getting more of my AI rigs up. And the second AI rig that I got up, it was like 2:00 in the morning, and I didn't get anything installed on it other than just Ubuntu server, and I kind of just left it as that because I knew we were going out of town and everything like that. So, yeah, it's I am going to try it though because I do want to be on the top of the leaderboards with it. It looks like I actually Mining Kiing did say that there were some issues with dual cards on it. So all my AI rigs are all dual 4090 builds right now. So if there's issues with it, I'm going to come into it for sure. Glenn Olson said, tested new version. For me, it's still not even a alpha. Yeah, I've heard that too from people. It's they mentioned it's an alpha, and we work close. Terra's partnered with Flux Labs, and we work closely with their team, with Jeff Gee and Dan Keller and stuff like that, and some of their developers, and they all were saying it's alpha. The one thing I can say about it, and again, I haven't used it, but I've watched a lot of videos with it. It's nice to have a product, right? And it's nice that they came out and said it's, an alpha is a lot different than a beta, right? At least in my eyes. So having something that's even usable, that can be installed and everything like that, that step is huge. So I'm pretty optimistic about the future with it. And I know the team is working really hard in all the updates and everything like that. Because a big thing also is how is all these bugs that come up during alpha testing and beta testing, they need to be found when people are using it, right? Like Flux doesn't have thousands of GPUs among their internal group, and they don't have every GPU on the scale. You know what I mean? So it's not like they could do testing for every single configuration where computers can have a million different configurations. So that's why it's so vital that they have these testing phases for it. So
right.
Yeah.
And the more that deploy, and I have to deploy mine too. Is just I have been so busy, man.
Yeah.
But I want to deploy something, and I want to get something going too.
Yeah.
The more bugs they can fix, and they can move forward. So all of us helping out will be able to get something that's going to be freaking amazing.
Exactly.
So just try to support. I get it. I mean, you can mine, so it's not like you put something that's go mine something, mine Flux.
Yeah.
It's just profitable right now, isn't it? It's right there, or borderline right now. So
it depends on underclocks and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think what's great about it is a lot of people are installing it kind of like NiceHash, right? Where it's like being able to be installed on a regular gaming computer, like your personal computer, and then you could toggle it on and off. It's not like necessarily like Hive OS where you have to have a completely different OS installed on your machine, so it's like an unusable machine other than that. You know what I mean? So I think that I don't want to say that's why they did what they did, because this is probably the easiest route to go. It's definitely not the easiest because they're having tons of problems with Windows and stuff like that. Windows has just always been awful for any type of crypto mining. So but it's nice that they can you don't have to completely change the configuration and install, like I said, Hive OS on your main computer to test this out. You can test it out just freely with the hardware that you already have, that you're using for your everyday driver, I guess you could say.
Right.
So
time will tell. It just it has to get stronger and better, and they're working on it every single day. So I'm sure we'll see more things. There'll be videos. I'll probably do a video or I'll try to get as many shorts as possible at CES, what Flux is doing, what they haven't shown, what they're showing out there, right, at CES, and we'll go from there. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like a trial, and if you could support it, that would be great.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's just the bottom line. We do, I do, you do. So, and we have a lot of support. So,
I think one of these machines, it's kind of hard right now because it's not hard, but our setups of the 4090s aren't really going to be geared towards crypto mining. So, I mean, we're going to mess around with Flux with them. What we're probably going to have, and I can talk with Mining Kiing about it, is we're going to have Flux Core ready and loaded up on them, and kind of being able to boot between that and boot between, whatever compute platform that we're on. So, but yeah, we're not going to be crypto mining with the 4090s with those. But
I mean, what you could do is you probably just put a couple extra SSDs in there or something, and just switch off that way.
Yeah. Or you can have on these boards you can have two M.2 drives. So
right. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah. But
Mining Kiing knows it all. They'll make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that'll
He
be.
loves us.
It's exciting. I'm excited to see that they have. I know the one guy mentioned, Glenn mentioned that it's not even an alpha, but it's having something. You know what I mean? That's really what the whole
We
thing
finally
was.
have something that people can touch now, right? People can get their hands on. People can put this on their whatever they're using, their personal PC or their proof of use of work rig that you have built for God knows how long, Mike, right?
Yeah.
You know, just rigs, just everything just staying stagnant. Like, what the hell is going on? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? You know, now you have something.
Yeah.
Let's move forward. Now we have something. It's steps, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, at least
exciting.
we have something now, and let's move forward with that, and let's support it, and let's do it. And I mean, I'm number one. Like, I have to support it. I haven't yet, just because I've been really, really busy. So when I get a chance, I'll do a video and I'll show you guys what I'm using and extra things that I've made personally with my cables to make things work, and it'll be really cool. So
yeah,
that's about it, really, in a nutshell. I think we covered everything, right? Did we cover? So we covered the flux, covered moving right along.
The giveaway, that was a big thing. If anyone
that was a big thing.
After that, Dave and I, we are more than likely doing a Gleam giveaway. So it's not going to be one of those super complicated ones where you need to do this or do that. It's just, well, you are going to have to follow us and stuff like that, but it's not going to be, you don't have to buy anything, right? It's free to enter. You just have to be watching the show. Like I said, we're going to be doing that on the 3rd or 4th or whichever Wednesday that is. But DJ Mines, I'm curious, why no mining on the 4090s? It just comes down to, it's a business standpoint, right? We may have one on Flux Core, depending on where at the time their POUW is. But, the going rate for 4090s on a rental, on the AI rental side is about $10 a day, I want to say. A little bit higher, but you have to factor in electric and everything. So after electric and everything, I would probably say about $10 a day. But also, they're sitting on a board that has a really high-end Epic on it and half a terabyte of RAM. So some of these platforms, VAST doesn't do it. You can offer a higher rental rate on VAST and hope that someone pays that because you have better, components on the computer. But some of these other platforms that we're looking at, they rent the 4090s or whatever GPU have. They rent the CPU, the usage on that. They rent the RAM, the bandwidth, and also we're in a situation, DJ, where we have it's in a data center setting. So if we wanted to throw dedicated 10 gigs to all the machines, we could do that as well, right? And that is not really going to help in mining. So and of course, we're investing a lot of money in this altogether. So we have to look at it from a business standpoint, and we have to make sure that we're getting a return on it so that we can justify phase 2, right? So because phase 2 only comes if phase 1 works out. So that's kind of where we're at with that. But
steps, just like everything else. Everything else is a phase. You have to do one step at a time and work from there,
But Glenn said, true, a product, but Flux has many products. It's just a weird direction with an OS for mining. I would like a marketplace first. I agree. A marketplace is like vital, right? They're trying to do everything at once. And trust me, from being on the Terra side of it, it could cause a lot of problems, right? Like if you eggs are all in different baskets, each one's going to start having issues. From my understanding, after talking with their leadership and everything like that within Flux, is that to make the end product, they needed to create a foundation, and that foundation had to include mining in it. So it was you can mess around with Hive, you could talk with them, but at the end of the day, you don't want to rely on other companies, products. So they kind of took that they undertook that whole responsibility, and they had to create a mining for it. Because also a big thing if you're not familiar with the AI platforms, is if you're not rented, you're not making any money. There's ways to you can mine when it's not rented, but it's not worth it to do that. There's a lot of other problems that go into that, but they wanted something where it could switch back and forth and it's very user friendly. And I see it as I see Flux Core as a lot like the Nice Hash. I forgot, it's not Easy. Is it Easy Miner? It's not their OS or anything. It's like it was their mining program that you would just install on Windows, and you click a big nice button that looks nice, and you start making money, right? That's how I see it. So I think from a marketing and a audience, they're not their audience, but their consumer, target market that they're going with. I think that they did a really good job with that. So, but like I said, they needed that's the problem. That's probably why it feels so pre-alpha. Is it's like 8 different things that are in alpha. You know what I mean? And so all of them working together and having issues is just going to make it more sluggish and everything. But they have, like, think of it like a big house. That's how I look at it, right? And they have the dirt there now, and so it doesn't look like much, but there's a lot that goes into foundational work, right? So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah,
but,
I agree.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, I'm aware it's a service that competes with mining OS's marketplace would be the game changer. It is going to have a marketplace on it, but yeah, no, I agree. It has to have everything, right? And like I said, it's like they have the blueprint for it, and it's there now. It just needs to be built, but the foundation is there. At Home Crypto Miner, you guys are early today. Yes, we are, and we are actually closing up here in about 2 minutes, guys. But
yes,
I'm out of town. Dave is super tired, so we did want to have an earlier one, and maybe we'll kind of switch between, because it looks like we have about 43 people watching tonight. And thank you guys so much for watching.
Appreciate it.
But we might kind of switch, in between earlier ones or later ones. When we first started Wired Wednesdays, we were like, we have to do 8:30 every single Wednesday. But there's, times that work for different people. So,
right.
And everything like that. But we are going to try to make Wednesdays work. I've missed one Wednesday, I think. Thanksgiving, actually. We did not do a Wired Wednesday. And then I was like, sick that last time.
Right.
I was like an urgent care thinking I was going to die. So that was great.
I pulled in all the phone calls. I had,
Dave called in all the favors there.
Yeah. I was like, come on in. It was good. It was nice. Jeff Key was explaining things, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We missed you, Mike. We missed you.
I appreciate it. But if I could make it, I would. But
I know. It was bad. Yeah.
It was bad.
Thank God you're feeling better now. So
yeah.
And got to get well. Got to get super good. We're going to Vegas. CES.
Exactly.
Here we come.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So, but yeah, guys, watch out for on Twitter. We'll release something like I said earlier. It's probably gonna be something on Gleam. You guys got to follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, and everything like that. And we'll get the R8 with the 8 custom 6-pin to 8-pin cables going. So from the Veteran Miner, which you can see his product on the screen right now that he's doing for Terra. We are super excited about that. So, so I think that's everything, Dave. I'm sorry, guys, for the short show today. It's the week before Christmas. It's everyone's I'm out of town. Dave's tired, like I said. I'm just kidding, Dave. But it's been a crazy couple weeks. That's for sure. But we do appreciate everyone watching.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. We got 43 people in here. Can't appreciate it more. I hope everyone has a very happy holidays, very safe next week here. And and I guess
get ready for that giveaway, guys.
Yeah,
get ready.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And maybe Dave could do a little sneak peek next week on next Wednesday of the cables that are going to be coming in with it. So
we're going to build it up so everybody knows what's going on. So
yeah.
So this is to give back to you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Keep on mining, man.
Have a very Merry Christmas. You as well, Ghosty. Thank you, Toxic Miner. Thank you, Fully Electric. Time Travelers, what's up, man? It's good to see you again. Glenn Olson, R8 filled with 4090. No 4090s, but yeah. DJ Mines, thanks, man. Thanks for watching. Automatic Beats, as usual. I got the hair for you today, but yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be everything. We'll see you guys next week on Dave's channel, the Veteran Miner. If you're not subscribed to him and watching, make sure you go subscribe to him.
Let's hit that 3K. We're almost there.
Yeah. Oh, you're almost there. How much are you at, Dave?
How do you like I think like 25 more or something like
Oh,
that.
800. I'm just joking.
No, like 100 or something.
We need 5,000 more followers by next week to give the R8 away. No, I'm kidding. But
I think I'm like 2,900. I think 2,970.
you're definitely over 20. Yeah, you're close. You're very close.
I'm close. So yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah. But Ovalboard Tech, what's up, man? But yeah, thanks, Automatic Beats. I appreciate it. But all right, guys, we're gonna close it up here. We will see you next week. We'll give you guys a little heads up more if we do it earlier next week or anything like that. But we'll be better about it. But again, hope everyone has a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and everything like that. And we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, guys.
Later, guys.
Bye.